Today I'm going over exactly what's been happening in my wholesale business. I'm going to share my experience with working on Faire and how much I've made since I started on Faire. These numbers are pretty surprising, and I definitely was very happy with the results. I'm going to walk you through how quickly I got sales on Faire, the percentages that Faire take of your sales, the way I'm planning to bring new customers to my Faire business this year, the strategy I use to get recurring customers, and I'm also going to share all of my analytics and numbers on the back end and show you exactly what I've made on Faire up to today. I do want to put a disclaimer on this. This is not a paid ad. Faire does not know who I am. I'm just sharing my journey on Faire and my experience having my products on Faire. I have zero affiliation with them other than having my storefront on there. Now, something to remember when going through this and looking at the fees that Faire takes is that they are also a business. They're bringing all of the customers to you. So a lot of people complain about the fees that Faire takes. So I understand it cuts into your profit quite a bit. However, you have to do zero marketing. They bring everyone to you. So I always kind of look at Faire as just free money. Yes, you're not making as much, but if you have the product anyway, why not sell it on there and get your name out to even more customers? Okay, let's jump into the back end of my Faire account and we'll get into things. I've brought you into the back end of my Faire account, and this is the first place I want to start, and that is because I just wanted to show you I got accepted into Faire's program August 23rd, and you can see here on August 24th, I had my very first sale, and that sale was almost $500. So I had another sale the very next day for $500. It took off very, very quickly. And that's one of the points that I have about Faire is that they will bring you customers very, very quickly. And you only have to upload your catalog and make sure everything's set up. And if you have good products, customers will come and they'll come quickly. I also wanted to show you what it looks like here with the commission that gets taken. And these are on opening orders. So all of these you can see are opening orders. And obviously I had opening orders for quite some time because I was a new vendor and I obviously didn't already have customers within Faire. So they do take the 15% plus $10, and then they also take a credit card fee, which I'll go over a little bit later. But make sure that you work this into your price because you need to know your numbers and you need to make sure that you're actually making money on each and every product that you're selling on Faire. The commission does add up, but again, they bring the customers to you. And I'm also going to share a way that I kind of combat this and how you can bring customers for nothing and also how you can get repeat customers. We're going to go through all of that. Okay, so first order, August 24th. Let's go take a look at the credit card fees and then we'll continue on. All right, here you can see the credit card fees that Faire charges, and you have 3 different options to get paid. I have chosen the 30-day payout. I don't really love being 60 days out from payouts, and obviously I don't need next day payout for the added amount that they take. So I take the 2.4% plus the 30 cents. Now, these are payment processing fees. Pretty much any website will have these. Shopify will have these. Everyone will have these. So this is just another fee on top of the 15% plus the $10 that they take that you need to work into the pricing of your items. So these are the only fees that Faire will take. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You just need to calculate it in. Okay, I brought you into the Faire Direct area because this is where you can make this worthwhile. So Faire will give you a link. It'll show up right here that you can use to drive customers to your Faire shop. I didn't use this very much the first year that I was in business. I'm planning to use it a lot more this year. And here's what you can do with this. Last year, I did have a few customers reach out to me via email or via Instagram asking if I offered wholesale. They had found my website, seen an ad that I ran, and they were wanting to buy wholesale. So at that time, I send them my Faire Direct link, and then they can go check out my shop. Now, what happens is most of these people will not actually use your Faire Direct link when they go to checkout. So they'll check out, not use your link. You'll get charged the 15% plus the $10. What you can do at that point is you can email Faire, send a screenshot of the email with the date included. And if the date on the email is prior to the date that they place the order, Faire will credit you and give you 0% on those orders. So if you feel like you have a lead, if you sent your Faire Direct link and they just didn't use it, don't be afraid to contact Faire, show them the proof that you indeed shared your link and the customer just didn't use it, and they'll credit you for that. They've been really great doing that, and that's something that I really love. Then you get 0% commission on every order from that customer that's placed with you. The way that I'm planning to use this 0% commission link this year is I'm going to start trying to find businesses using social media that I think my products would be a good fit for. So I'm going to start locating customers. I'm going to send them my Faire direct link. I'm going to send them a few pictures and information about my product. And I'm going to try and send customers to Faire that way so that I can gain more customers and also get that 0% commission through Faire. I did this last year just with a couple customers and it seemed to work really well. Here's the next thing that I wanted to show you, and this seemed to work incredibly well for me. So every time I shipped out an order to a new customer, I would send a follow-up email, and here's exactly what the follow-up email looked like. Now, sometimes these people would respond to me, and sometimes I wouldn't hear anything, but it does show that they read it, it does show that they received it, and I think it's a really great practice to email your customers, thank them for their first order, and then let them know that you're available if they have any questions. It just puts a name with the business. It creates a little bit more of a relationship with the customer. And I love having those relationships with the customers. In fact, there's been quite a few people on Faire that I've messaged back and forth. They're not afraid to message me now to ask any little question. And it's resulted in a lot more repeat customers because I took the first step and reached out. And I don't just do this on the first order, I do it on other orders also. I've been a little inconsistent when the busy season hits. I don't necessarily take the time to do this, but it's a really good practice that I definitely want to do. I also print out their invoice and I write a quick thank you on the invoice and sign my name. I think there's something really important to having a real person to contact and to know that there's a real person behind the brand. Okay, let's get into some numbers. All right, I've pulled up August 1st through the 31st. This would have been the very first month that I was on Faire. And as I said before, I got on August 23rd, had my first sale August 24th. So here you can see the order volume that I did on Faire in just a week of being on the site. I was really happy with this. It just started to give me a little bit of feedback right away that I was on the right track and that people liked my products. All right, here is September 1st through the 30th, and as you can see, things started to take off. And again, this is the beauty of Faire, is that you don't have to go get the customers, they bring the customers to you. I really consider wholesale as just easy extra money. If you have plenty of inventory, why not sell the product? Even if you make a little bit less, it was still worth it to me at the time. It's great product research for me, knowing what people are buying, what stores are wanting, because these stores know their customers. And so it tells me a lot when I see what they buy and what they buy over and over, because it tells me what the customers want. So this was great product research for me. This was validation of products. This was a great way to know some products maybe aren't going to sell as well as I thought they were. There was one product in particular that I thought was going to be a great seller, and it really didn't sell that well. So Faire has really given me a lot of insight, and it does really match what I've seen coming in from my Shopify store as far as sales. So it was just really great early validation for me, not to mention money coming in. So here you can see the order volume, conversion rate. I really have not dug that deep into conversion rate and how to improve that, what to do. I really just got started on here and let it take off organically, and I haven't done really much work at all. Okay, I've pulled up October, and as you can see, October started to get fun. So 23,381, 103 orders. October was amazing. I had a lot of page views, conversion rate went up, and sales were really good. Now, again, first year, I have nothing to compare this to. I have no idea what other stores are doing on here, but for a first-time seller on Faire, this was really promising to me. My products this time around with this business are actually outperforming how my products sold on Faire with my home decor business. So that makes me really happy. Now, the price points are a little bit lower, and I'm in a different category right now, but this is all great news. I'm really happy to see the order volume at that time of year. All right, let's talk about what happened in November. So I have a few theories on November. First of all, I started to run out of product. I was selling on my Shopify store. Things were going extremely well on my Shopify store at that point, and I had to make a choice. I had to make a choice to pull the product off of Faire and zero out inventories on Faire in order to sell that product on my own website and obviously make more money. So I pulled products off of Faire. I had customers emailing me every single day asking if products were coming back in stock, and unfortunately, I had to tell them no, that I was out of inventory. It was the right call to make. It was the smart call to make. It's just hard to not have the inventory and have people wanting it. But on the flip side, it's also hard to have an abundance of inventory and nobody wants it. So with my first year, I played it safe and I didn't order in the quantities that I should have. But without knowing, I did the best I could. Sales were still obviously very good. The other thing about November is, again, seasonal product, Christmas product. Stores are going to start phasing out of Christmas by mid-November, Black Friday. So I also think that sales went down a little bit due to that. By the time they get the product in, get it out on the shelves. I think most people by Black Friday kind of know what they're doing for Christmas. They have the items that they need or are just nearing the end getting what they need. So there were a few reasons why I think sales went down, but obviously running out of product was a huge issue for me. And hopefully this year I can time it a little bit better and have enough product to get through November and then sell out in December. Okay, and December. As I suspected, sales dropped way down. I was also out of a lot of product at this point. I would say probably 75% of my high sellers were sold out, and they were either completely sold out or I was holding the inventory for my Shopify store. So sales really went down the month of December, which I suspected. I was still really happy with the sales that I had, and I thought it was really a great first season. I've pulled up September 1st through December 1st. This is a 3-month span. I just wanted you to get a good look at what 3 months on Faire can do, because $50,000 in 3 months is pretty incredible, I feel like. Now, again, this is not all profit. Remember, this is gross, so we've got to take the cost of the product. It cuts the amount that you've made down quite a bit. However, you're getting a ton of eyes on your product, and hopefully this year I'll just have that many more customers. I'll have that many more repeat customers. Things should really take off this year. And I think September 1st through December 1st is going to be the biggest time frame for me. I think I'll have sales trickle in starting probably in July. But I think this will really be my time frame and the time frame that I really want to focus on. I've also pulled up August 1st through December 31st. So that would be kind of my full first year of running on Faire. And you can see the total is $58,787. Again, really great. I'm really happy with that. And I've pulled up all time now just so you can see. Obviously, I've said that my business is seasonal. I have a few items that could be used year round by a few different businesses. So I've still brought in some orders during the year here, about 11,000, and I'm really happy with that too. I really was not expecting any sales during the year. So far on Faire, this is what I've done. And I've just been really happy about it. I'm super thankful that I don't have to go out looking for customers, trying to get wholesale customers to come to me. I've just had a really good experience on Faire. Their customer service has been great. I really have no complaints. Obviously the fees, but like I said, they're a business too, and they have to make the money. They're out there marketing for us. So you just build your fees into your price and start making money. I hope that video showed you the possibilities you can make doing wholesale and using Faire. Again, the main thing that you need to make sure of is that your pricing is correct and that you have all those fees built in. From there, Faire takes care of the rest. You just have to ship out the product. Remember those tips for getting more customers. Use your 0% link. Make sure that you're messaging your customers. Definitely making sure that people know that there's a real person behind your business is what makes your business grow even more. And I've always made sure to do that in all of my businesses. On my own website, on the Faire website, anywhere that my products are, I make sure that people know that there's a real person behind the brand. That's all I have for today. If you have any other questions, please leave them below and I'm happy to answer those. I hope this video was helpful to you and I'll see you next time.